guys, Brian here, Brian's Fish Tanks, coming at you with update video on the Discus tank, soon to be Discus tank, whatever you want to call it. Sorry I haven't done a video all week, but I didn't want to do another video until I had something more to report on this tank, and that really hasn't happened until today, unless you want to include stuff that wasn't going the way I wanted it to. But anyway, we're still looking at it with no fish in it, but the good news is that I finally, after messing around with it for a good few days, got the water stabilized at a pH that I wanted to get it locked in at 7.0. And Cyber Aquarist, he's been helping me, sending me emails back and forth with doing that. You know, what I started with here was a neutral regulator by Seachem, thinking that would get it down to 7.0, and in most cases, with most people's water, it's going to do that. But once I started dosing it and it wasn't doing anything, I started looking a little further and found out that my KH was high. My water here is extremely hard. I didn't realize it was quite that hard, but it was. So then, talked to him, and we decided to use this acid buffer, and great product by Seachem also. So that would lower my lower the pH and convert the KH into CO2, blah blah blah. Stuff's way over my head, but anyway, so that got me close down to a 7.0. Use a neutral regulator to lock it in. And for the first few days, it would go back up the next day. Wouldn't stay at 7.0 for more than a few hours. But now I've been locked in at 7.0 since, I want to say either midday Thursday or Wednesday night. I'm kind of forgetting. I kind of almost wish I would have wrote down all the measurements, but I didn't. But I'm locked in now for a few days, so it's time. I went out today and got some dithers. They're floating right now in the water, and I'm going to acclimate them here in a few minutes. But I got some neons, 20 blue neons. They were pretty small. I wish they were bigger, but they're only $1 a piece. And then I got 10 black neons, which are quite a bit bigger. Wanted to go cardinal tetras, but around me, guys, they're like $4.50, $5 a fish at most places. The guy who I'm going to end up buying my Discus from, I think, though, he does sell them for a little bit cheaper, like $3 something. And so I'll pick some up and eventually have my dithers, either a mix of blue neons and cardinals, or I'll get rid of the blues and just go with all cardinals. The cardinals just pop and look a lot nicer. They're basically the same fish for the most part, but so that's where I'm at. I'm going to be using Seachem Stability for the first several weeks, just to make sure everything's right. With these Discus, they're just, to me, they seem so much more fragile than the fish I'm used to keeping, so I just want to make sure I'm doing everything right. I typically don't use many chemicals at all. The only thing I worry about, is the nitrates, nitrites, and ammonia. Never had to worry about water hardness and things like that. I've cycled this tank with 2 marine lands that were already seeded, 530 and a 160 down there. So we're all good. This tank's been cycled since the day I set it up, basically, but just taking all the precautions. Starting to have a little brown algae growth, so I got to get some fish in there too that'll eat that up. I got over here, I'm going to be moving over some loaches too. These Burmese polka dot loaches and the zebra loaches, and probably the 2 yo-yo loaches will be what I move over. Maybe some clown loaches, but I'm not sure. I got a pretty big school in here, and that looks kind of cool. And I don't know if I want clown loaches in with the Discus or not. I love them, but might just do something different and have other types of loaches. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, I'll be moving those over today too and acclimating them when I move them with the drastic pH difference. So anyway, that's what's going on with the Discus tank right now. I'll shoot another video, probably just be part 2 of this same video actually, when I get those dithers in the tank, and so you can see what it looks like. Guess that's all I got for now. I do want to do a shout out real quick to the Severum. She, a few weeks back, when I first started kind of talking about doing a discus tank, she sent me a really good article from a discus forum. I think it's Simply Discus. It's a real good beginner's guide to getting started with the discus, and it really helped me a lot. Learn a lot about what I'm going to be taking on here. So if you guys haven't checked out the Severum's channel yet, go check her out. Subscribe to her, show her some love, and like I say again, thanks, and sorry I didn't thank you sooner, but appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thanks a lot for watching, and later.